check. We're in it.
We're in it.
This is live. Broadcast is in front of millions of people. No, I'm just saying. I wish. Oh, I can't wait for the day.
Millions of people on your
Millions
podcast.
and millions of people listening to my beautiful voice.
Probably within the year, if I had to say.
Next 2 weeks. I'm already scheduled. Bigger. I'm going to have more sales than Rolling Stones and Beatles. Easy. Easy. No, I'm just saying. It's the homework weekend.
Yeah.
I feel you.
Yeah.
Yesterday I was the same way. Like I was just gonna tell you that I started doing homework from as soon as we were done with the protest, all the way until like 5 or 6.
Yeah. I was basically the same. I was working on my essays the whole time.
And then they called me like, "Hey, do you want to go to the hockey game?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, there's a hockey game today." Like, damn, I didn't even acknowledge it. And then we went to the hockey game. It was packed. It was the CC.
Yeah. Yeah. Isn't it like the last one or one of the last ones of the season?
I have no clue.
I don't know.
I decided to wear my DU shirt because I'm a big supporter. The biggest of all time.
Yeah. Definitely doesn't protest DU.
Yeah, no.
Ever.
No.
Not
at all.
even the investment and the endowment. No.
But yeah, so after that, we were like, "Oh, so what do we do?" And I was like, "I'm trying to do more homework." And then they're like, "Let's go to your place and we'll have a couple drinks and this and that." I was like, "Okay, I guess." You're pulling my arm. You're twisting it backwards, you know.
And then it's at your place, so it's like you gotta stay.
I gotta be a good host.
Yeah, you can't bring down the vibe. Like,
come on. What do I seem like? But yeah, and then we ended up leaving there like 2 a.m.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but it was fun. It was like very much needed, or not very much needed, but it was needed.
That's fair.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can't just do homework all day and then just keep doing that forever.
But what I found was like this week I was super. I don't know. I don't think I was as productive as I usually am.
No. Why not?
I don't know. Just didn't feel like it. Didn't
That's
do
fair.
anything. Yeah.
I got like halfway through the week because at the beginning of the week I kind of had all of my finals assigned and it was like the beginning of the end, you know. And I wasn't doing anything, and then
it's so good.
It's so weird.
I like it.
I don't know, man.
Shout out to the Brazilian Student Foundation, whatever you guys are called, on DU at campus, on campus. That's just fire. But sorry, I cut you off.
I don't remember. What was I saying?
That you got all like at the beginning of this week, all of your assignments were.
Yeah, I just got like halfway through the week and kind of had an oh shit moment, and then was just been locked in for the rest of the week. So it's been pretty productive. Not bad.
So what are the main projects or like assignments? Are they papers? Because you were talking about some papers.
Yeah, I have two papers that are like 15 pages long, which is a lot. Yeah, I'm not super organized on both of them, but.
How common do you think you've had, papers of that size?
I haven't that much.
Yeah,
I had it for like the writing classes. Remember those? Like the common credit.
$11.99 or
yeah, whatever.
Like that.
Yeah. So I had long papers for that, but I think it's pretty common in IR. I've just gotten lucky avoiding it. I don't know.
Too, like I think I've only had one where it was like 12 pages, and I was like,
yeah,
I was terrified.
Yeah. I know one of my professors is really organized on it too, so I have like a really clear like idea of what I have to do, and the other one is like do whatever you want for 12 pages.
Which one do you like more, the clear idea or the? They're both terrible. I know
need the
that.
Clear idea, man.
Yeah.
I need the to-do list because like if I have too much freedom, I'll either
procrastinate
until I like can't come up with a good idea in time, or I will just go way too deep and it will be like all that I think about for a month, and that's just so not efficient way to do school.
They're both not fun.
Yeah. What about you?
I think so. The cool thing is that one class they allowed us to do like a final project. So I'm gonna do kind of similar to this, like podcast style. It's like I've been doing it for a week, like over 5 months. Might as well.
Yeah.
And it's something that gets me away from like writing and stuff.
Yeah.
So I was like, this is easy. And then we just had to do a presentation. The other one, my Russian class, they're asking us for like a presentation as well, and then also like a final paper. But
you like present in Russian?
In Russian, completely in Russian. I'm gonna do it about like this like small indie film about graffiti. Like they were tagging in Russia in St. Petersburg.
So sick.
Yeah, so
Wait, what level of Russian are you at?
This is 2002.
Dang.
Yeah. But I still feel, I think today I had the oh shit moment. Because I was on Instagram, there's this one UFC fighter. His name's Khabib. I don't know if you've heard of him. Well, he speaks mainly Russian.
Right.
I think he's from some Russian country over there. I don't know what country he's from. It's close to Russia.
country.
But he made an ad today that he's going to be opening his first restaurant in... I don't even want to say where it is because I don't even remember.
In the U.S. though?
No. In his home country or in a country somewhere.
Yeah.
In a place. He's opening something somewhere.
And he speaks Russian.
And it's going
to be somewhere.
Yeah.
And there's going to be food at the restaurant.
Yeah. And he said something that's like, meat is a good source of protein because he's a fighter. Obviously, he's going to say that. And then also it's like that this is the first restaurant that I'm opening. Super excited. Can't wait to tell everyone about it.
So he's a fighter, but he's opening a restaurant.
Yeah.
And
he just retired actually. So,
as a fighter.
Okay. Yeah.
That's kind of.
But yeah, I read the whole thing and I was like, I understand that. Oh, that's cool. He's opening a restaurant. Cool. Yeah, and I was like, dang, this is actually paying off.
That's so.
So sick. I can take like some ads and be like, okay, I understand
get the gist of it.
Yeah, I get the gist, but.
That's so dope.
To the point where I'm like speaking and writing it down. No, I'm light years away from it. But that's the fun part.
Well, not light years. I mean, you're like getting there.
Yeah,
like
no, that's what I'm saying. That's the fun part. Like that's I still have the goal to keep going.
Yeah.
Because obviously I can keep going at my own pace.
Yeah. Do you have a Russian minor?
Minor, yeah.
Major? Okay.
That's what I'm gonna minor in.
Okay. That's it.
Isn't it so wacky? Like, starting off engineering, went to communications.
You started as an engineering?
Yeah.
I did not know
Started off engineering, went communications, and then doing a Russian minor. That's my whole thing. I want to make it as wacky as possible.
Yeah. Just the oddest combination.
Yeah.
That's so sick though. I had no idea that you started as a Russian or as a engineering major.
Yeah.
What did you want to do originally?
Well, like I like working on cars and stuff.
Yeah.
So I was always like, oh yeah, that's kind of cool. I'll know exactly I can build cars and open up my own shop.
Yeah.
But then I was like, well, anyone can open a mechanic shop. Like if I really wanted to do that.
I could not.
I mean, you can learn, right?
It would not be good.
It just takes a lot of experience and messing around with cars. But that was the whole idea. It was just around the mechanical side. I was always thinking of like machines and like vehicles centered. But then I was like, this is a lot of math. And
turns out
not the greatest.
Requires math.
Well, not only that, it was like I was doing a lot of, I was working as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I was working at FedEx Freight. So I would drive from here at like 6 or 7 p.m. I would drive from here at 5, get over there to the job at 7, and then clock out from that job at midnight, and then come back home.
Was this last year?
This was first year. No, this was my first year.
Damn, I have always nocturnal jobs.
I know, yeah.
Just getting like no sleep.
Yeah.
Damn.
So I was doing that, and then it like really messed me up. I was super stressed, and I was like, I cannot do this. Like I was failing like almost all my classes. And not only that, I was doing like 18 credits. Yeah.
Jeez, man.
Yeah, it was not fun.
Started
like
off
I was just
real strong.
I was just like drowning in work.
Yeah.
Like terrible. But I was like, well, I learned my lesson now. 16 credits is the sweet spot.
Yeah.
For me.
Does that mean
4 classes?
That's 4. Okay.
4 classes.
I was like short circuited about that. Okay. All right, cool.
But yeah, it was like, no. And then it's like, I don't know what else I want to do. And I kind of just went, because that was only my second quarter.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's hard to pick a major. I think it's harder than people think it is, or than like it's talked about in high school, because it's always like, oh, you have so much time. But
no,
you like ultimately do have to make a decision and commit to something.
They're official sponsors of the Brazilian national team. That's why I was like, whoa, this is so cool. The Guarana Antarctica. Guarana.
There you go.
Guarana.
Oh, shit. Someone was telling me about that.
Guarana. Guarana.
I'm not even gonna try and say it. I'm gonna mispronounce it. Someone was telling me about that actually when I was abroad, and I like kind of forgot about it. Now I know what it's like.
Now at our local DU 7-Eleven, you can pick up a Guarana Antarctica diet. Oficial or
sponsor.
How do you do a sponsor? Oh, es el patrocinadora oficial.
Oficial.
De el equipo brasileño.
No more specific details needed.
Eso es todo.
Eso es todo.
How's your Spanish been going?
It's been going, man. I don't know. I definitely have gotten worse since I got back. I mean, it's sort of like ridiculous to go from using Spanish to live every day to like being in a college class.
Yeah, where it's hardly ever.
It's really hard. And the thing is, like, it's just such a wide variety of like different skill levels in one class that it's hard to get it. Like, I don't know. It's just it's harder to like have it catered to your level.
Yeah.
Just because it has to be at the lowest level, or else people aren't going to know what's going on. Which, you know, that makes sense. That's just the reality of like a language class. But
because what course of Spanish are you taking? The 2000, 3000 level or what? I'm
taking 3000 next quarter.
Okay, so this is the final 2000.
Yeah, I think so. I don't know, man. I get all confused with that stuff.
Mm-hmm. You're just like, what's next?
Remember.
You just look at the bullets.
Yeah,
and
I just look at what's next.
What's checklist?
Immediately forget it.
Yeah.
But it's a class that's like supposed to be in Spanish about other stuff.
Okay. Not just about the language and grammar.
But like the reality is they're teaching you Spanish also.
Yeah.
And it's like very forgiving of bad grammar, which is really good for me because I don't have great grammar. But I'm trying to maintain it. I'm trying to read stuff and, you know,
me too. And it's crazy because we're both kind of on the same journey of like preserving our Spanish. Because even me, you think I speak Spanish and, you know, it sounds a little bit better than you. But like at the same point, it's like I still don't have the grammar and like all these other like technical rules that I just don't.
Yeah.
I never got to interact with because it's my mother language or my motherland language. But I never got to sit down and study in it.
Right, in like an academic setting.
In an academic setting. So even I'm trying to preserve and read and do like all these different things that are like, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah, it's a whole different thing. We were reading like really, really old, like Castilian, like old Spain Spanish.
Oh.
It was like a different language. It was crazy. It was so like official and like it was weird. I don't know. I think it's like the antithesis of my Spanish at this point of like so perfectly put together. Like I don't know. I am not that way. I really struggle with the grammar of it. But like, I don't know. I don't really know that I want to learn Spanish for the grammar or for I want to learn Spanish to communicate.
Yeah.
Like verbally. So I'm not super worried about it at this point.
And now to know more about the culture, right? About Hispanic and Latino culture.
Yeah, exactly.
Spanish speaking, even I guess European and Spanish speaking countries.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'm excited that I can like that I have like passable Spanish now. And I'd feel safe traveling in a Spanish speaking country and like being able to navigate situations. But yeah, it definitely falls through sometimes also. I don't know.
Gotta keep working on it.
Work in progress.
Yeah. And any next countries that you plan on going to? Or are you stuck here for now?
Like Spanish speaking countries, I would love to go tour around South America again. Just on like
a motorcycle.
A ton of different...
Go on a motorcycle. Do like
Che Guevara style.
Yeah,
I don't know, man.
Get you a nice Honda CBR 1989 really carbureted.
On brand for me.
Oh.
I feel like you're projecting your motorcycle fantasies.
Oh, no.
Just a little bit.
I definitely am.
Without
everyone.
a doubt.
With everyone.
Are you going to get a motorcycle?
This summer is the plan.
No way.
Yeah.
That's so sick.
Yeah, that's I got to put my cards in now.
Yeah.
To start, preparing for it.
That's so sick, though. Mm-hmm. Are you going to like fix it up and stuff?
Well, I want to buy one that's already working. I don't want to put my hands on it. That's my main thing now with like vehicles, at least the ones that I'm going to use.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to put my hands on them. I want them to be working straight out of the rip. No problems.
All right.
But I also have my
me too,
project
but that's
vehicles. I have my project vehicles.
That's a different thing.
That's a different thing because you're building it back up. It's
Right.
already old.
I guess that kind of makes sense.
Because
You wouldn't want to like.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to drive like a crappy car
Yeah.
to work, and then you're like, dang,
Yeah.
what's going on now? You know? Like,
I get like nervous to put windshield wiper fluid in my car.
oh,
I'm like that level. Like I don't know anything about cars,
yeah.
but we're surviving.
YouTube it.
Yeah, true. I mean, it's been nice to have like friends and family that that know about that stuff because I can just call them and be like, "How do you do this?"
And then be like, "Yo, do they ever like show you?" Or no?
Yeah.
Or do they just do it for you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I haven't really had like big problems.
Yeah.
It's just been basic things like filling up your tires. I didn't know how to do that.
It's like a tire, like a bicycle.
Yeah, but it feels very high stakes.
Yeah, I guess it could be.
I
never put the you're supposed to put the gauge, like the PSI gauge. I just like, it doesn't look flat anymore. It's good to go.
I got a vibe that it's good.
Mm-hmm.
Just call it good.
Don't fix it if it ain't broke.
Fair enough.
Did I tell you about the bike center here on campus?
Oh yeah, you said you went and they took forever.
Yeah, like I was like, hey, can you just like put some air in it? And he's like, yeah, we'll get it to you like later this week. I was like, what?
Yeah, that takes like 2 minutes.
You can just turn on the compressor.
Did they get it back to you yet?
I haven't checked my emails. I was like, yeah, they have it. It's safe for them. Like, I'm not gonna. And plus, it's starting to get cold out, so I was like, it's not gonna serve me anything, you know.
Dude, I need to get a bike. I'm like, I want to get a bike for this summer.
What's funny, that bike, I got it from the summer. Someone had left it in Towers.
Just left it there?
In the closet, like one of the closets.
No
and
way.
I was like,
dude, there was the most random shit in my closet last year.
oh yeah?
Yeah, there was like that was there when I moved in. There were like really
Where'd you live last year?
weird niche ice trays and stuff.
In Nagel, or where'd you live?
No, last year was Towers. When I moved in last year, yeah.
Yeah.
It was just really weird stuff. There was a lot of like, there was like a dish rack.
Okay.
There was
And you know what it
plates,
could be?
I think. I don't know.
There usually over the summer there's athletes that stay in those. Athletes,
But why would they have their stuff in there? So
because they stay there for like more than a month, and they train.
and then they just come back and get their stuff later.
And no,
Like-
they live there. Like they'll live there
Right, but
in
like-
Towers, and then they move out. But sometimes they forget a bunch of stuff.
That's okay.
They forget, like, you know, like you're saying, trays, and they're in
Yeah.
the cupboards, like
Yeah.
hidden stuff. Yeah.
Just super random.
Yeah. And I used to go into all the, like, you know how I worked in the summer for maintenance. So I would go into all those rooms and I had to check that they're clean. But I wouldn't go all the way in.
Yeah.
I was just kind of like, okay.
Yeah.
And then I had to go into those common spaces where they had like those closets, the bike closets.
Yeah.
And that's where I found my bike. I was like, oh.
Free bike, man.
Yeah.
There you go.
And it was good. I mean, it's a little small. Like it's like, it probably reaches to here.
Doesn't quite fit.
Yeah,
It was free.
Yeah,
it gets free.
it's missing like one bolt on the front tire. It works.
Ollie,
It works.
don't
but
die on your bike.
yeah, I noticed that like a couple of days ago. I was like, oh, I've been rolling on this thing for like more than
Are
a
you
couple
getting
months.
it? Can the
Hopefully they can get that.
yeah, what is it called?
The bike shop.
Bike shop. Thank you. That's such an obvious name too. Yeah. I was like, it could not be more literally named.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But hopefully
I got I don't know if I told you this, but last year I had it was actually my brother's bike, and he was like, you have to take excellent care of this thing. And I was like,
it's like one of those expensive ones, or what?
It's I don't even think it's that fancy. It's just really like
Sentimental.
specific.
Oh.
Like it was like a fixie, and it had like a leather
It was a
seat.
hipster bike. It was one of those.
And he was like you have to had like really thin tires.
Yeah.
I was like, it's free for me.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
like I'll just take it on loan, whatever. But he was like, you can't get it stolen. I had a U-lock and it got clipped, but my bike didn't get stolen. And I checked every day, like I could see it and I would pass it every day. So like I saw that it was unclipped and I was like, what is happening right now? And I went and like a U-lock is not easy to clip through. And It was so weird.
But they didn't take it. So what'd you do after that? Did you just like...
I brought it upstairs. Good. I just kept putting it in the closet. Yeah. I was like, I'm not trying to deal with the wrath of my brother for having the bike outside.
My brother did give me one year, and I saw the price tag on the thing, and I was like, you bought me a $250 bike? Like, dude, you could have went to Walmart and bought like $100 bike. I only use it for like an hour a day max.
Yeah.
And I was like, whoa. I just felt so bad because one day I was riding it. And since the sidewalks on some of the streets here are terrible, like especially when there's old trees, they punch up the
the roots will break up the
there's this one gnarly freaking slab of concrete that was going up, and I was like, ooh, it's a nice jump. Yeah,
your like 8-year-old brain was like, that is for me.
a nice little jump. And since they had the skinny tires, I did a sick wheelie, but then when I came down, the whole wheel just twists on me, and then the
was
forks
it like bent up. Oh damn.
Yeah, I'm a big guy, so those wheels did not hold me.
Between the sidewalk and the small wheels, it just...
Yeah, concrete 1. Ollie 0. Yeah, it messed that bike up. I've been like, damn, like these are super cool bikes, but you just can't do anything on them.
Bikes are kind of expensive. I know. Yeah. I mean, one of my brothers, a different brother.
Yeah.
He is...
How many? Okay.
I have 2 brothers.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then it's you?
And then me. Yeah, they're older than me. I'm the youngest. The oldest brother, Dominic, is really into biking, and the bikes that like he has like $2,000 bikes and shit. It's crazy.
Does he have insurance on him? Probably.
Like I don't think so.
He should.
Does he? Can you get bike?
There's policies for everything.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
There's policies for things that are like, what?
I don't know. That's between him and his bike. But like, bro has expensive ass bikes. I just like can't even imagine that.
But it's because he uses them, right?
Yeah, he uses them every day. But I'll like move it to like get something out of the garage fridge. And like, I am never more careful with something than I am with those fancy ass bikes.
Have you ever seen Step Brothers?
No, but I know of it.
The one when Will Ferrell, he's like,
yeah.
Did you touch my drum set? He's like,
that is exactly
I can tell you touched my drum set. There's an indent on my drumstick, man. No, man, I didn't touch your drum set.
This is life or death about the drum set. Exactly.
That's your brother. He's like, exactly. Did you touch my bike?
He's been nicer about it, but like I am scared. Also, I drop everything and I run into everything. So I am like never as focused as when I'm like moving his bike. I'm about to.
Okay, so we have 20 minutes going. Let's do our intro and then we'll get into the questions.
All right.
Oh, and listen to this song. I think it's pretty good. I'll turn it down.
Hello.
All right. Welcome back to another. I've been trying to work out a official intro.
Start with a jump scare.
Yeah, just
immediately engaged with a jump scare. It's your hook.
But it's only the second intro, because there's an intro, obviously the one that we did, just catching up, and then there's this one when we like play the music, take a little break, and then come back. I'm trying to work out the kinks because I don't want it to sound very like robotic, like welcome to another episode.
Yeah, like
no,
too cheesy, too.
No, like I want to make it actually feel like the vibe that we're putting off. But
organic.
Organico.
Flawless. Exactly. Organico.
Mm-hmm. But I'm joined today with Allie Corradino.
Yeah.
Corradino. Very special friend of mine, which is crazy to look back on how we met. Literally just fucking around in a class.
Yeah. Doodling on the same
notebook. And I still remember the first day of class, or the first official day of class. I felt like I embarrassed myself.
You remember the first day of that class?
Yeah, because
what happened?
Bob had called on me to speak. He's like, "What do you think?" And I was like,
he cold called people. I forgot about that.
And I had nothing, and I was like, and it was the first time I publicly embarrassed myself, and it was terrible. And and it was so bad because it was like a classroom full. It was like one of my bigger classes.
Yeah, there was a lot of people in there,
especially on the first 2 sessions, right?
Before people started skipping.
Yeah.
And
then I was like, oh, this is embarrassing. And I didn't even want to look at anyone. And since you were sitting right there next to me, I was just like, let me just hide. But no, we ended up like just messing around in class and writing on the same notebook. And it was literally just like passing notes.
Like, it was like 6th grade style.
Like literally 6th grade style. It was hilarious.
Talking about how Bob looks like the guy from Up a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then how I look like the
kid.
Boy Scout. Yeah.
You really do. I kind of forget about that, but you really do.
No, you should have seen me when I was younger. Like I was a little more heavy set.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Did you ever wear a Boy Scout uniform?
Nah, I never did that. I always wanted to though.
Yeah? You wanted to be a Boy Scout?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Because they shoot BB guns, and my parents never had BB guns. Like they never let us have BB guns. I was like, I want to shoot
that's
a
for me.
BB gun. All the other stuff is the BB gun is.
All the other stuff is a means to the end of the BB gun. You got your priorities.
Nah, I was going for the BB, and it was probably because my cousins, they had like their own personal BB gun. I was like, oh, that's so cool.
Coolest it could be. I remember that stuff as a kid. Like, you like fixate on one thing, and that was like the pinnacle of coolness.
The other thing, a PSP. You remember what a PSP was?
No.
It was like a portable PlayStation.
See, I grew up no video games.
No video games?
Nothing.
So my brother had one, and he always played in the car because like we would go to church on Sundays. So like that commute, and again, there was no phones, 2002, 2004,
right.
2006. So you had to sit in the car, either listen to the radio or watch my brother play PSP.
Did you ever see those cars that had like, you remember when the cars came out with like the little TVs? Okay, so the people
that was the most baller
that
shit
was
you
so
could do.
Sick. We would go. So there were these people that we would carpool with, and they had one of those cars. And the other thing is that we would go get McDonald's hot chocolate, which was like unheard of in my family because we had like fully, the like ingredient household. That was us, 100%.
All organic.
We were like
everything.
Melting cheese on tortillas in the toaster oven, not even a microwave. Like we didn't have a microwave, and that was like the pinnacle of snacks. Anyway, so
what? What?
Dude, my family's weird as fuck.
So not even okay. You don't even heat it up on a pan on the stove. You would do that shit?
No, because it was quicker. It was quicker in the toaster oven.
Oh, one of those toaster ovens. Okay, now I know which one. I was like, I thought you flipped the toaster on the side.
We're like, oh shit! No, that would be like next level.
That would be dangerous.
That would not work out.
You would burn
No,
the
it was
whole
like
house
one
down.
of those little
I know
ovens. Yeah,
my grandma still has one.
Yeah,
they're tight.
They're kind of sick. We still have one. We actually have a microwave now. It's downstairs.
So heating up food, you just throw the whole plate in there.
Yeah, or like there was a little mini tray. Yeah, a lot of that to be honest. But there was a mini tray that it would just like fit right in.
But okay,
and we
so
would just put it right on that.
So you're saying that the people you used to carpool with, they had the TV, they were balling it.
They had the TV, and we would go to.
Was
McDonald's.
it an SUV, a sedan, a minivan?
Dude, I don't fucking know. I don't remember. All I know is that it was the coolest shit I'd ever seen.
And what did they play? Like music videos, like 2000s?
They would play. It was
rap?
usually fighting, which I didn't love. It was usually UFC, which like
hell yeah,
I did not fuck with. But my brothers loved, and the kid was my brother's age, and he loved it. So it was like, I was outnumbered.
So then think about it. They had to have a physical copy of a CD or a USB.
I don't remember how they got it, but like.
But no, that's
commitment.
the only way. Yeah, like you have to physically have something
to plug in.
Into your car.
Oh my God.
And play it like, bro, that's commitment right there.
It is commitment. It was also cool as fuck, so I guess it paid off.
No, yeah. I remember
that
was so hot, like that was so popular when what is it called? Fast and the Furious came out. Cuz on their consoles they would be playing movies. They'd be playing like Spider-Man and like all this cool like movies. Like
that is so cool.
In your car? Like what? How did you even do that? You know, it's like, whoa, this is a pinnacle of everything. And now we can watch anything on this
height of luxury.
Yeah.
Did you ever have those iPods?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Hell
so fucking cool.
I had one of the skinny ones, not the
like the tall, skinny ones.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That were like shinier. Remember those? Yeah. We had a hot pink one of those.
Well, my dad used to work at some company, I think selling leads. So like selling
what?
Leads. So it's like now, you know how when you put your information down, like your name, your email, and all that information, your contact information, he would sell a bunch of those like packs of just people's names of contacts to insurance companies, to all these different places. Like, hey, we got this pack of leads coming out from this place. You know, it may have potential.
I did not know that.
Did you want to buy, you know, a pack of leads for X amount of money? And it'd be like thousands of names, like crazy amounts.
That's wild.
Yeah.
I did not know that existed. I mean, it makes sense. But
it was like this small company, like it was downtown Denver. He used to work there. And yeah, he would, his company would give him like iPods, or some of like the first generation, like tricked out. He would get all types of sweaters.
iPods.
Yeah, like the biggest gigabytes was probably like 16. Now it's like, dude, you can hold nothing on that thing. Like one song is probably like 4 megabytes.
Well, and you had to like individually buy albums and songs.
Now that's the thing. We used to do
that shit was
the shady stuff and download it from YouTube.
Yeah.
Convert it into iTunes.
I remember learning about that.
Boom.
And just being like mind blown. Like what was it, like MP3 Shark or something?
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something like that. My brother helped me out with it because he was in high school when this was going on. My brother actually had 2 iPods. They both got, one of them I think he broke or lost, and the other one got stolen.
Damn.
Because they were all hot. Brutal. Yeah, they were all.
And like all the work that you put into getting the music on there.
Yeah, you're like you're curating your own playlist. Like, oh, you know, this is a song that I'm going to put on because I can listen to it forever.
We had like,
there was no songs like on iPods. There's no songs where you put on and it's like, yeah, it's okay.
Right.
You had to be like,
you were committed
to that song.
Yeah. That is very true. And it was like a personal relationship with every single song that was on there. Yeah. Yeah, now it's just like enhanced Spotify playlist where you don't even know what's on your own playlist.
We're going to decide what you like.
Yeah. And like they're fucking right, to be fair.
Yeah, in some instances, I'm like, I don't know if this is what I feel like today. But
Spotify can do whatever they want with my playlist, man.
Yeah, sometimes, yeah.
I have very few playlists that I'm like I'll make playlists that are like 6 songs. And I'm like, I'm going to listen to only these 6 songs for like a week straight. Yeah. But if it's like a general like genre playlist, Spotify
I have this one playlist that I've been like just slowly adding stuff to it, but it's my get to work music. Like no messing around. Like, yeah, like if it, or like, yeah, even if I need to work out or something, like I'll put that on. I'm like, it's go time.
It's motivation.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know but it's taking me a while. I like it.
Be honest, how much Megan Thee Stallion is on there?
Not a lot. Actually, none. Yeah. Sorry.
Ollie.
Sorry to break it to you.
How do you get work done without Megan Thee Stallion?
I don't need that. I don't need that shit.
I don't even know what this world would be without her.
Really?
I don't know what I would do. That's how I get motivated. I'll be going to the climbing gym for like a 6:30 a.m. yoga class. And I'm like
blasting Meg.
Yeah. I'm like, I can't keep my eyes open. I haven't really had coffee. I haven't really had food. I'm just like, I like walked out of bed and into my car. And then I listen to Megan Thee Stallion. And it fucking works. And then I'm awake. And then I do yoga and it works out.
What's the process? Do you listen to music as soon as you wake up or until you get in the car?
Both.
Both?
I usually will like have my headphones in and when I'm getting ready in the morning.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's like the best feeling ever.
I'm like, why? But that's crazy though. Like I have to have some type of music in order to start my day or else it's not. I don't know. I don't feel like it's
not been properly.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like the wrong side of the bed, but it's just music
that or a podcast. Like I got to start it with one or the other.
I can't listen to podcasts in the morning, like too early in the morning because I just don't pay attention to them. But I don't know. I'm not that into podcasts.
But mine's like more like comedy podcast ones. They just say like a bunch of like.
Like what? Like what kind of?
YMH Studios. That's one that I'm listening to right now with Tom Segura and Christina P.
He has a podcast. That's hilarious. He's funny as fuck.
Yeah. And they've been doing it for years now. Like
really?
Yeah. They're like on episode 600 and something.
I feel like I don't know if Between Two Ferns has a podcast.
Oh, okay.
But I feel like if they did, that would be like the level of like engaging that I would need. It's just like all out of pocket, like the most ridiculous things.
I was watching one of the snippets where it was like Zach and what's that one guy? He's in Ant-Man right now.
Paul Rudd.
It was terrible, but he's like, what do you tell young aspiring actors that are trying to hide their Jewiness as much as well as you did? And Paul Rudd is like, what?
Yeah, like so out of pocket, just ridiculous,
just so left field. But I was like, whoa,
that's intense as fuck.
Yeah. Okay, so now that we don't even know. They don't even know you, but okay. So you are studying art. Or what are your majors here?
I'm studying art and international relations, and then I have a Spanish minor.
So then when did you start like kind of making art on your own? I guess.
I mean, I don't even know. Like kind of as long as I can remember.
Yeah. It was just always something you did.
Yeah. I would say I did. And I had like good opportunities to do it in high school, which is nice. And then I don't even know. It wasn't something that I like took that seriously. And I still don't on a lot of levels, but like really realized was something that I could commit to until like lockdown, like COVID lockdown. And my mom had set up an Airbnb space in the basement, and because it was COVID lockdown, no one was using it. And so I was able to set up like an art area.
Studio. Almost.
Yeah. And I just spent like so much time painting. And I spent so much time painting. I had so many canvases. It was ridiculous. Like there was just so much that I was making. And I wouldn't like looking back on it, I think a lot of it wasn't that good.
Yeah, no, and you gotta start out that way.
But it was really fun. And it was just like I had been painting for a long time, and I had been like drawing and doing other kinds of art. But yeah, I got really into painting during high school, and it just kind of like locked in that it was something I could actually do during COVID, and something I could actually like sell if I really wanted to. And a friend of mine from high school, her mom has a studio in Boulder, and I was able to get some stuff up there. And like I sold like a few things. I don't know. I've only sold like a handful of things ever, but
it's
it
not,
was
it's
cool.
not
it was
really about the selling part, or is it about the selling part? I don't know. Like
no, yeah,
because that's the thing where I'm kind of in this weird space with this thing. I'm like, yeah, I'm doing this on my free time, but do I want to get paid out of it, or do I just want to keep having fun?
Well, I mean, for me,
because getting paid is fun. That's nice.
It's true.
It's nice.
True. It's nice.
Right?
It's not the worst thing, but it can ruin the magic of it too.
Yeah.
For me, I mean, like the reason that was important to me was because it was like very encouraging that it was something that was actually good enough that people wanted to pay for it.
Yeah.
And that wasn't something I really like knew before. And I don't know, like my mom always told me I was good at painting, but she like, that's my mom. But it was cool because it was like someone I didn't know walked into a studio and bought a piece of art.
I want that.
Yeah. And so it was really encouraging. And it was really important to me at that point. And I think now my perspective on it is like, I really need to motivate to sell stuff because art supplies are expensive.
Yeah.
But I think my ideal kind of sweet spot would be like making enough to like pay for supplies.
Yeah.
I don't want it to be more serious than that because it's not what I want to do for my career.
You don't want to like be traveling around and be like, oh my God, that's the girl.
Man, I think you'd have to be.
That's the one.
To get that energy for a painter is like, you gotta be like fucking Banksy. Like nobody knows painters, man. But yeah, I don't know. I love it, but it's not something I want to do that seriously. So then I don't know.
So then what's the motivation? And I hope you don't take this as a jab, but like, what's the motivation behind taking them as like a major and as a class?
Because
right?
I love art, and I literally just
continue learning about
doing
it.
Yeah. And I wanted to do art classes because it can get lost, you know, like I'm doing other stuff and it doesn't take priority, and it doesn't a lot in my life, but because I'm a major and because I have these classes, it makes me do it, and I really enjoy them.
Yeah.
And so it just kind of like keeps that going for me. And the only reason I'm a major really is so I can get into the classes.
Okay.
I don't care about the degree. I don't care about having that.
You just want to be able to take those classes.
Yeah, and they're just hard to get into. So.
And that's one thing that I'm kind of regretting now, not being a journalism major.
Yeah.
Like I said, I just kind of scribbled on the paper, and I was like, yeah, communications. Get the paper out. I'm done.
You don't want to think about it. Yeah.
But I should have done, and I didn't have the idea to do stuff like this, work with cameras, work with the video, work with all these digital formats. Mm-hmm. If I would have thought about it a little bit more, or even then.
I mean, is it really too late?
No, to change my major, I'm not going to go for another 80 credits.
Is there not a lot of crossover? I don't really know.
There's like these advanced classes that I can't get into.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's the stuff that I need right now. Like, I want to learn those programs. I want to learn those techniques. And it's just like, I can't get into them, unfortunately. But I'm like, it's fine. Like, we're going to keep moving through.
Yeah.
But like, you brought up a really good point. It's like, when you get in those classes, it kind of builds up that drive to just keep doing it.
It's so
and
motivating.
You learn different things about it, because you can get at least for me, I got so focused on just the making the podcast that I was like, wait, I have to worry about cameras. I have to worry about audio.
Yeah. You have like all these other skills.
Work about getting those two in one, and then putting that into the internet space. And I'm like, oh, this is big. Yeah. This is a little.
See, yeah, like there's so much stuff, and I always loved painting and acrylic painting in the way that I do it most often. I've done that for years, and I taught myself a lot of it, and I love it, and I am very comfortable with the medium. But there's so much to different art forms, and I'm learning so much about things I never would have had access to. I'm in a screen printing class right now, and you need first of all, you need like an actual studio setup to be able to do that thing. Like, I never would have been able to do that. You're not going to be
able to do it in
my
the living
basement
room right there.
Yeah. And if I wanted to, it would have been expensive, you know, or I would have needed to find access to a space. And now I can just register for it and show up, and like I pay my studio fee, and I get taught how to do all these amazing things. And I'm getting the degree that I otherwise would be. And I just get to like have fun also. Yeah. So I don't know. It just seemed like an opportunity, you know, but
to explore.
It's hard. My brothers were like, it was really great to have older brothers that had that attitude for me, because they would like encourage me to do that. And they were like, don't miss out on the opportunity that this is, and like, make sure you're getting stuff out of it, even if you don't know what you want to do. So they helped me a lot with that, because
sorry.
No, it's just hard to know what to do going into it, you know.
Classes are a big fun time. No, that's bad. So, do I hear you're sponsoring our shirts? I can make the design. You just need to screen print them.
I can't. I don't know how to do that.
No?
I could try. Maybe.
If we make simple, just black. The thing is, just one pass over of ink, because I know once you start mixing color, you have to do like different layers of. Yeah,
well, I could probably figure out how to do it. I don't know if I could access the studio and supplies to do that.
That's where we come in. That's where our viewers got to pitch in. If they want to get a shirt, they want to chip in $3.
I mean, I don't know. I could reach out to some people.
Because I've always had ideas of like, you know, making merch is like, I don't know, even just for me, I don't know, a shirt that I'm like, that has either like LWH, or I've been thinking about a jacket that I have that I really love, and finding a way to get it like stitched on.
Dude, you should do that, and I can help you with that in other ways also, because I you could do like iron on, you could do a patch, you could do like sewing machine programming.
That's the one that I'm liking, the sewing machine, because it stays in there a little.
Yeah, like embroiders it in. Yeah, I think that looks classier too than like iron on. But if you wanted to do like a t-shirt design, you could really easily do an iron on.
Yeah.
And I have a Cricut machine which like cuts it out. Do you know what a Cricut machine is?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So if you had a design, you could send it to me.
AI or what? In Illustrator? Adobe Illustrator?
Whatever.
Because I'm guessing it like converts whatever file into Cricut.
Yeah, I think there's certain file limitations, but I mean, we can figure it out. DU gives you Photoshop, you got Adobe, everything you can figure.
How do you think we're recording this podcast?
Exactly.
Sponsored by DU.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, once I heard that we have the whole Adobe suite, I was like, oh, this is all cool.
I know. I can't believe I didn't know that. Like my entire freshman year, I didn't know that. Mm-hmm. Which is probably because I didn't read my emails, but whatever. Neither here nor there.
They send us so many emails. It's hard.
I know.
But I guess that's the basic ass questions. But like, what made you want to continue learning more about the art world and the different types of art that there is? Because there's you know more than me. There's more art forms and types that we can even count. Yeah.
I don't know. I always loved art. Like growing up, I always loved art. And it was like my mom gave me crayons at 2 and I was like stuck at the table. So I don't know. It's just always been something that I really enjoyed doing myself. Mm-hmm. And I think that there's in so many different fields in like sports or any skill set. I think when you are familiar with it on some level, it's really interesting to learn how other people do it. And when you can like relate to something. So I kind of got hooked on that a little bit in high school. Like I had really good teachers too in high school. Like they were family friends of ours and it was really fun.
Has there ever been a point in your, high school, even now, where you're like, oh, this, I'm sick of working on this stuff. Like it's not always, you gotta like,
for sure. And especially with like these classes, because really like studio classes are such a big time commitment. And it's weird because even though it's art and it's mentally a lot easier and it's, it's like a break in a lot of ways and you kind of like meditative but it is a huge time commitment. And I definitely have had moments where I'm like, do I really want to commit to this major? Because it's starting to feel like a chore. But I think, I don't know. I mean,
how did you operate around that? Because now it feels like you're grounded. You're like, okay, we got to keep moving forward. But
yeah, I don't really know. I guess it was just something where like, even when I really hated doing one thing that I was doing, I don't think I've ever hated painting, and I don't think I've ever hated art overall. And so even if it was a project or something that was really hard for me, like I could always come back to like the other parts of art that I really love and like remember why it's worth it. And the other thing is like when I'm registering for classes, which is really like the moment where you decide, when I'm like deciding what I want to take, and I get to look through all these different art classes and I get like so pumped about the different things. And it's so cool. And so it's like, I don't know, there's just always something new to try, which is really fun. And I love that there's like there's just like endless possibilities with it and so many new directions and so many different facets of it. And like without even touching on like what's, I don't know, like more technically difficult or more legitimate or whatever, like there's always something new to learn. So I think it's really
would you say
interesting to try new things with it?
That this like going to school for art is more for you and not really for the career itself. It's just like this is
for sure.
I just want to learn as much as I possibly can, and then if I find a job anywhere, screw it, I'll make a living, I'll make it work.
Yeah. I don't want to pursue art as a career. I mean, I like had a moment, in high school where I had to decide if I wanted to start building a portfolio and apply to art schools, and I didn't. I mean, even just looking at like the portfolio requirements, I was like, immediately, I want to do this so much less, and it makes me want to not do other kinds of art, and it's just boring and like. I don't know. I was like, this is not like a really legitimate like fine arts degree is not something that I'm interested in because it's just fun. Like I just like that it's fun and it's new and it's interesting. And like I'm good enough at it to sell some stuff, and I don't really care if I ever get like amazing at it. Like,
so then is the strategy always to find a different type of art form to like move into? Because it seems like everything is still so new to you. And again, you, like we've only been in school for 3 years, both of us, right? Mm-hmm. That's plenty of time to develop a skill, you know?
Yeah.
But still, that's not enough to like know all of the different.
Yeah. I mean, I think like so I love, it's painting for me. And like that is something that I will always do and I love doing on my own. And I think the classes for me were something to like maintain creativity and like curiosity with art. And a lot of times that looks like new skills.
Yeah.
Because some of these painting classes are like intro to painting, which I have done. And like, I mean, in high school, I like made 2 different art classes for myself and got them like approved by the school.
Oh, dang.
So like and then I've been teaching art for like kids forever. So it's like all this intro stuff I've done 1,000 times and I know really well. And so like painting classes can be boring because I'm familiar with like the ideas. And the painting itself is not boring. There's so much you can do with that. And like, you know, to be limited by like a boring prompt is kind of bullshit because you get what you give in that.
Yeah.
But yeah, like for art classes, a lot of what's really exciting to me about art classes in a university setting is definitely trying new things and learning new skills and having, like I said, like the material and the space is really nice.
And the free will to like actually pursue doing those projects,
exactly,
right? Because
yeah.
it's like you could learn the skill on Monday and you can be like putting it into practice by Saturday and be like,
yeah,
this is kind of tight.
It's so fun. It's so fun. And the other thing is like you get, like for me at least, even if I'm doing something that's completely a different skill set and process than painting in the way that I do it, like it's still creative and it still gets me thinking about paintings, and it's like it's very related to me. And so it's exciting because it's new and because I have all these opportunities I wouldn't otherwise have, but it's related and it's exciting to apply it to my painting at home.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
Because it sounds like right now what you're telling me is that you don't just go to classes to do art. You actually do art outside of your classes.
Yeah, all the time.
For the majority of your free time is what it sounds like.
I don't know about majority of my free time, but I paint a lot. Yeah. It ebbs and flows. Yeah. Sometimes I get sick of it and I don't paint for like 2 months. But right now I'm painting a lot.
When do because I don't think I've seen any of your like painted works. I've seen your doodles and I'm like, damn.
You've never seen paintings?
Mm-hmm. Oh. We just never talk about it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of weird because we like know each other really well, but we like also parts of our lives we like never even get into. Yeah, that's kind of funny. I'll have to show you sometime.
Yeah.
I only have a few in my dorm here, but yeah, I'll show you. I'll show you what I'm working on.
Or if you want, got some nice walls that we need to fill up.
Hey man, don't tell me with a mural. I will do that. Do you want me to paint your walls? Can I paint your walls?
No, don't paint the walls.
Sick.
I would love to do that. What if,
you should do that.
You know what we could do? You know what we could do? Is get like paper, like butcher paper.
Just cover the whole wall.
Cover the whole walls and let's go wild. Like I would do that. I'll tag the wall.
I had a roll of butcher paper in high school and I would do that. It was so fun. I would just like put it up on the side of my wall and cover it, and then I would like immediately take it down because
it's designer. It's create your own wallpaper.
There you go. DIY wallpaper.
DIY wallpaper.
Let's do it.
No, I'm down. Because now I'm so much self-discovery has been going on like this last couple of months. I'm like, yo, I never thought I would be an artist.
Secretly a creative genius.
Yeah, like I'm a creative. Like I was like, nah, I'm not. That's that hippie
You didn't
stuff.
think you were creative?
No, like I was just always like.
That was like Allie 101 for me. Like getting to know you. I always thought of you that way. It's like super creative. Yeah.
Huh. I always thought I was like, you know, I like my stuff in order, and like,
That's so funny.
But now I'm like, no, like I like to think about things in abstract ways. Like I'm like more about the theory, not
like big ideas.
Yeah. I'm more about the big ideas and how we can make them work.
Yeah, I always thought of you that way, especially with like when we got started with Divest, because you would always have new ideas. Like we would come and people are like, okay, how are we going to do this thing that we talked about 3 weeks ago? And you're like, no, because that doesn't make sense anymore.
That was just like, I was trying to figure out a problem. That's what I felt.
But that's it. I mean, that's what it is. That's the creativity.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's the way I saw it, at least.
Problem solvers are creative, I guess.
Yeah.
I want to be the best problem solver.
Best one?
Best creative.
How do you even know if you're the best one?
I think we need 5 milligram Allie. I think 5 milligram Allie has not left us yet.
She's left. This is normal chaotic.
Yeah.
Homeostasis. I don't know, man. I'll like sometimes I'll be talking with like my friend and like one of my closest friends, and I'll just like I have no idea what I was just talking about. I was talking about something for like a half hour and I have no idea what it was. I just like zone out and I'm still talking.
You are so like scatterbrained. I feel like you're like
it's ADHD, bro.
Like a golden retriever, a puppy, just like, what's going on? Whoa, all this cool stuff is going on, man. Like, whoa. I'm like, Allie, sit down.
Focus on down. One
Focus.
thing.
Focus, please.
Take a breath. Was that you that? No, that was another friend of mine. Like, yesterday, the other day, I was like so behind and I kept forgetting things and I was so stressed and it was just like, dude, take 2 seconds, breathe. This is not at all an emergency. Like, yeah, you're right.
Now, okay. Do you think you are more go with the flow? Like, hey, if something comes up, like, yeah, fuck it, let's do it. Like, let's go. Shoot first, ask questions later, or you ask questions and very methodical? And
I'm definitely not super methodical.
Just like
at all.
Let's do it.
But I don't know. I think I'm pretty go with the flow. I think I usually am. I mean, there's definitely some things where I'm like not always that way. If I like have a plan and I attach to it, then I get really like thrown off if it doesn't happen. But that's usually like a plan for my day.
But like, let's say you're given an opportunity, like very random. You're like, hey, you know what? Do you want to go work in like Iceland for like 6 months?
Oh yeah, I'm so in.
But you have to leave like next week.
Yeah, I think I would do it.
You have to drop everything.
Like, I think I would. I think I would.
I love that shit. I think that's why we vibe so much, because I'm like the same way. And it's funny. Like a friend of mine that I met first year, she reached out to me. She's in like studio theater or something. She's like, hey, I have this project and I need a couple actors.
This is how she talks. Oh, and you're just like sold.
And I was like,
fuck it.
I'm going to add actor to my resume. Hell yeah. I'm going to be a studio actor, baby. No,
dude, why not?
But like the auditions are coming up next week and I'm like, my first audition. Yeah.
I did theater as a kid, man.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
You're a theater kid? Ooh,
no.
Weirdo. Those are weirdos, no? Because I never did theater. I never knew theater kids, but that's what I hear. It's a whole
subject. I don't know if I can speak on behalf of theater kids. I did theater when I was like in 3rd grade. And then I did love like musicals, but I wasn't like in theater. I don't know. I was like theater kid adjacent, I would say.
You're just speaking to the wrong crowd, because I never went to theater.
No.
Barely even showed up to class. Like,
no. What were you like into when you were in like middle school?
Middle school, I was like the chubby kid that always wanted to hang out with the cool kids. So I would make them laugh. Like I was
you were like the funny one.
I was like the funny one.
You were like class clown.
Yeah. Because I would always go up to the sharpener. You know that sharpener that they have?
Yes. Oh my God.
That was like the town hall of like, you want to get everyone's attention? You go there and you do it so slow, and then you look around and you look around. You're like, yeah.
I saw something recently about how cool you feel as a kid when you get picked up early for an appointment, and you're just
we had this thing where your parents could come in and have lunch with you. Dang. Like you could sign in and like, Mom, bring me a 6-piece chicken McNugget with a small fry and a soda.
Oh my God, I would have been so jealous of you.
And 2 hamburgers. Dang. And come have lunch with me. I'll give 1 burger to the girl I like. I'll give another burger to my homie. and I'll have the nuggets and then get whatever you want. And I would be the coolest guy.
Nice
I would be the coolest guy for the week.
That is true. That is true. If you had
my mom never did that though.
Oh no.
Fuck.
Oh no, I really thought I was going in a different direction.
Never did that. I was like, yo, I just need 2 burgers, 6-piece nugget.
Oh my God.
And mom, do whatever you want.
You know what? I love that too, that you're like, yeah, mom, while you're buying and bringing me lunch, you get yourself something nice.
Treat yourself.
Treat yourself.
Treat yourself. But nah, she was always working, and my dad, they always worked like super far away. So it was like, we'd drop off super early and then pick up super, super late.
They couldn't just like pop in.
Nah, there was no like pop in. Like, what?
Pop in.
No.
I always wanted like the cool thing to me as a kid that I never got. And I just like wanted this so badly was a store-bought Halloween costume. My mom would always like.
You know what's the craziest thing now? We can go and buy that stuff now.
I know. And I want to. I know. I haven't had like a store-bought, I've gotten stuff from the store, but I haven't had like a store-bought like
costume,
full-on costume ever.
So they were always homemade costumes, huh?
Yeah, and like it wasn't even like, with all love and respect to my mother, it was not that good. I showed up as a deer one year. All I wanted to be was like this silver magical deer. I don't remember where I got this idea. I really don't. But I looked like a bunny. I looked a lot like a bunny, dude.
You probably needed bigger eyes.
Yeah. Well, I needed I had like ears, but I didn't really have like antlers. I was like, oh, I'll just be like a girl deer.
Like
I look like a bunny. Yeah.
Right? That's what they call it?
Fawn? Yeah? Or is Fawn a baby?
I'm Fawn Moscato.
Councilwoman Fawn Moscato. Exactly. Yeah, I don't remember. Yeah, I don't know. But it was not cute. That was all I wanted, and I did not have it. But
well,
yeah.
I hope this next Halloween you can go by yourself. A nice, brand new, wrapped in cool, freaking, I don't know, brand. I don't know. You just, what do you want to get?
Just a costume. I don't even know. Like, that's the thing. I think now that I can, I don't even know that I want it, but I should at some point, just to like
flex.
Yeah.
You see this, mom?
Flex on all the 8-year-olds.
You see this, mom?
My costume's so much cooler than you.
You gotta flex on your mom. Like, you see this, mom? I would not have been an art major if you would have bought me this when I was in 8 years.
I don't know that my mom knows that I wanted it that bad. I think it was like,
well, you gotta
really
make your presence known.
Halloween
you gotta be
costume
like,
darkness.
Hey, you know why I'm so fucked up now?
You don't know that this is something that I attached to.
This would have saved my life. Yeah.
Yeah. Coming real hot about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did that to my brother.
Out of nowhere.
I did that to my brother.
About what?
I bought a PSP in front of his face because he never let me play a PSP.
Did he feel it? Did he understand the energy?
I don't think he understood it, but I understood it. I felt like I got a lot off of my chest. That day was
Forgave him that day?
It was April 20th, 2019.
Oh my God. Do you have the receipt like framed somewhere?
No, but I remember where I got it from.
That's so funny.
Yeah, I was like, guess what I'm doing today, Alan?
Motherfucker. Never let me borrow your shit, motherfucker. You know what my brother would do to me as a kid? My brother and I hated each other when we were younger, but we also would like hang out, but we would like fight the entire time. What he would do to me, which is so funny in retrospect, it's like, what a douchey move. He would he'd be like, hey, do you want to hang out? And I'd be like, yeah. And he's like, cool, will you go grab me that iPad? And I'd be like, what? Like, so he would be like, yeah, you can hang out with me if you do this other thing for me. So he would be like, I don't know. My brothers would be like, give me $5 and we'll like go jump on the trampoline. Sold. All I want to do is hang out with them. I thought they were so cool when we were growing up.
Yeah.
But yeah, he for sure took advantage of it. He was like, you can never touch any of my shit ever. And if you want to hang out with me, you have to go get this stuff for me or like do this chore for me.
We were like working for free. Literally. Jeez.
Ridiculous.
My brother was the same. I was like, want to hang out with your friends.
Yeah, they were so cool.
Just want to be your friend.
Little
man.
did I know.
But me and my brother are like 7 years apart, so I get it now. It's like
7 years is a big gap.
Yeah,
Yeah. My brother was only 2 years older than me.
that's nothing. You could be homies.
We are now.
All right.
Not then.
Shout out to all the traumas that we have for not getting stuff
From
and that
our
we
siblings.
and we still reminisce about and dream
Yeah.
that we wish we had when we were in middle school.
Feel super personally attached to that the other people don't know about.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stay strong, man.
Shout out to all that, but then also shout out to my mama. Shout out to everyone that's listening. Any shout outs you want to do?
Shout out to my brothers. I don't hate you as much as I said I did.
And yeah, shout out to a beautiful day, a beautiful
Shout out to Bob for having that
season.
class
Yeah.
that we met each other.
Shout out to Bob.
Shout out to Divest.
Shout out to Divest for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, good episode. I had a blast. This is my weekend. This is my fun time. This is
so sick. It's cool to see like your world here.
Yeah. This is the world. And then you get to see it on screen. You're like, whoa.
Yeah, I feel like that might be a little humbling to watch. We'll see.
But catch us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. But yeah, peace.